I'm here, really opinionated and ready to air out some dirty tarot laundry. Hi, my tarot bumblebees, it's Ethany, and I have been practicing the tarot for over 25 years, and I have myself created 7 decks. So I may know a thing or two about tarot, and I've never spoken about this topic before. I'm going to share with you 7 things I absolutely can't stand about tarot decks. Now, before I begin, I just want to really make clear that I'm not here to crap all over anybody's creation. This is me nitpicking or just having an opinion because I'm also a consumer as well as an author and a publisher. If you disagree with me, that's cool. We all have different opinions, and it's really just me sharing some of the things that I find to be disjointed or that I can't vibe with in regards to the tarot. The first thing I cannot stand is when the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords look like savages. I don't understand why they always look mean and terse and nasty. Like the low Scarabeo Tarot has got them with their cutting heads off of people, holding like a headless person. I'm like, why? Why do that? I don't understand why this is a thing that needs to happen. I identify as a Queen of Swords, being a Gemini. And so like when I get to them and they just look like they have a lemon up their butt or whatever, it makes me sad because it's not all that card is about. Yeah, it just bothers me. I don't like it. They look like they're mad at the world and hate everybody. That's not always true. I like king things and puppies and cake and life. I like a lot of stuff. I don't like that they look miserable. The second thing I hate is when there's no diversity in the deck. And I'm talking about any type of diversity. Body diversity, disability diversity, diversity of background, diversity in representations in those backgrounds. I don't like it. Give you one example. Rider-Waite-Smith, the classic, man, 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 man. Are we getting it? Man. That's why I created the Bad Bitches Tarot, because there was too many menses in the Rider-Waite-Smith. If there's no diversity, it does irk me. The third thing I hate is big ass ugly borders, big borders, and borders that are uneven. Now, I'm holding up 2 decks that I actually really love. The Everyday Enchantment Tarot and the Gaian Tarot. I love these decks, but their borders are hefty. And a lot of the time they are also uneven. Schiffer has a pretty bad rep they did lately of making their borders like super big and really uneven, and it really pulls away from the art. And the problem with this is you can't cut these borders, even though I do talk about this in my walkthrough. You can see what elements are at play because they're all elementally done, but you can't trim it because it eats into the beautiful back, which is just the most stunning card back ever. I want it as a print. It's got a snail, and I love snails. Like I literally want, and bees and pretty much everything that I love. So I want this as like a blanket or a print or something. I love it. So I can't trim it because it gets rid of that. And then you can't, well, people have, but if you trim this one, it eats into that design, and it also takes the silver gilding out. So it's a little irksome. I don't mind a border, but why does this have to have 2 borders? Like I trimmed my Druidcraft Tarot as well that has 2 borders. I'm like, why? And it's uneven. Like, look, there's this much on one side and that much on the other. It's like super uneven all the way through. So it's just a little annoying. So because it's uneven, if you did trim it, the back would be uneven. I can't with it. It annoys me. Having big bulky borders can pull the attention away from the incredible artwork that people have created. Number 4 are cheesy, slapped together, ill thought out themed decks. An example is the first Drag Race deck that they did, a RuPaul's Drag Race Tarot deck. RuPaul wasn't even in the deck. I don't even know what the fuck was going on there. I have a full video going on about it, how much I hate it, in my YouTube videos. I really wanted to love it. The new one, I Enjoy My Cake, is fantastic, and they're doing a second one as well. I haven't unboxed it yet, but I do have it, and I literally smashed the button to get it on Kickstarter. Another example of a well done themed deck is the Golden Girls Tarot. Everything is done so well, like who they use in the cards, their body language in the cards, everything is done, I think, just spectacularly. And this is an example of a very well done themed deck. If you like, I'm obsessed with the Golden Girls, but if you want to see a good, like when Sophia gets a job as a waitress, like at the pirate, the pirate restaurant, and she has to defend herself with the work there. The boss is like a real abusive boss. He's like and also like Dorothy hates the fact that she has gone back to work. I just think it's done so well. It's thoughtful. It's well thought out. Everything is done spectacularly. Like Rose is the sun. I mean, so cute. She's so joyful. She's got a real youthful energy. Oh, I think it's really beautifully done. Everything was well thought out in this deck. I think Six of Pentacles, like the gifts, I just think it's really great. Really well thought out. So if it's not done like this, if it's not thought out from a perspective of how it works in the actual context of the tarot and is readable, I don't understand why it exists, to be honest. It pisses me off. Number 5, pet peeve, is when they rename cards that are hard or evil or whatever, especially the devil and the tower, death. I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't like it. They have those names for a reason. Even I've seen people change like the 10 of swords and all that sort of stuff. In the Thoth especially, there are a lot of words that have been changed, like lust or sorrow, pain, all that kind of stuff, to make it more palatable. And I just, tarot is meant to describe and picture the whole gamut of life, and you need that pain as well. And if you are running away from things like the tower, the devil, death, you're not understanding those archetypes and what they mean. An example is like the Good Tarot, which I don't own. They change judgment to the call, and death to transition. And yes, death does mean transition, but it's death. It's like death is a archetype. Death is a being of like, it's something that we can't avoid. So I just really struggle with that, and I don't like it. I know why it's done. Sometimes if it's aimed at kids, I get it. Do that, that's fine. But it's just a pet peeve of mine. I don't like it. Don't have to like it. The next pet peeve is minimalistic animal decks. And I know that this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I love this piece of work. I love The Wild Unknown by Kim Krans. I have both editions. I bought them when they were indie editions and not mass produced. And I have her Oracle deck as well. I can read with the Oracle deck. I can't read with the tarot. I have it to support her art. I've got the book. I just get zilch, zada, nothing out of it when it's a minimalist animal deck. I've tried, I struggle, or I have to read them as oracle cards because I get nothing. I'm not a swan. I'm not a badger. I get that a lot of people really like animal decks. I love animal decks. I got a load of them, but some of them just don't work for me, and The Wild Unknown is one of them. And number 7, flimsy cardstock. This mass-produced one, I know a lot of people have talked about this. This cardstock is like cardstock that goes through the printer. It is worse than plain cardstock, which is a shame because it's a really cool deck. It is, I don't know, man, it is coarse. It's terrible cardstock. I know that cardstock in our industry is talked about a lot, and a lot of people hate thicker cardstock. Some people, like, no one's ever going to be pleased. But if your cardstock is no better than the that I can put through my laser printer at home, run. Houston, we have a problem. So I think bad cardstock or ill thought out cardstock is an issue for me. A lot of people complain about Llewellyn's cardstock. I actually think the lamination they use actually does hold up. It does bow, it does bend, but it holds up. It's not the best in the world. They tried to fix it, and they even picked worse cardstock for a while there. You all remember what I'm talking about. It chipped so badly. So they went back to the cardstock they have now, which was their old one. I wish they would just upgrade it. US Game Systems does an amazing job. Their cardstock is excellent, and most indie producers do a fantastic job as well. But crappy cardstock, however that looks for you, can be a pet peeve. Hopefully I didn't hurt too many opinions. That wasn't my intention. I was just venting a little bit about my pet peeves. If you want some more sassy ass opinions, check out my video here on gatekeeping and some of the bullshit tarot people have to knock off. And I'll see you all next time.